Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to go over the PM session and silver bullet for Thursday, January 18th. Okay, so I come to the chart at 1:30, and the first thing I do is I turn on the New York lunch liquidity, right? Turn on the Kraken Silver Bullet Pro. I got the fair value gaps listed. I got the structure breaking fair value gaps. I got pivot point or swing points turned on. So there you go. And now I see this a lot. I see that if it doesn't take this out, but we get a market structure shift, we end up targeting the other side. So if it doesn't come down here, ideally we want to take this liquidity, but sometimes it doesn't. Actually, quite a bit of times it doesn't. It just does a market structure shift and aims for the other side. So you don't get one and the other. This is the liquidity that I'm looking for, that I'm targeting. So if it does this market structure shift, obviously it's targeting that side. If it comes down lower and then goes up, fine. That's what we're looking for. But since we're down here, we'd ideally like to see it take the low and then go up. But like I said, it can very well just go higher. Okay, and for me, I know that this would be the swing high, and this is the swing high, but I'd like this swing high to be taken, or this one. I'd prefer the higher one, but this one is good too. So we'll see what happens here. Go candle by candle. It's at 1:30. So this market structure shift right here. Let's see if that takes that right there. Not sure it does. Actually, I think it does take that right there. So you got both swings right there, and you got a fair value gap right here. Okay, let's mark out some stuff here. Fair value gap right there. You have a fair value gap right here. Oops. Okay. You got a breaker block right there. And you got an inversion fair value gap right here. So you got a whole bunch of clusters right here. That's where you'd see an inversion right here, because you'd expect to hit it and go back, but it closes above, it's an inversion. You have a breaker block, low, high, lower low, breaks through, there's your breaker block. You have a fair value gap right here, and you have another fair value gap right here. So you could enter anywhere in here, and your stop would be below this fair value gap. So let's label this one as a fair value gap. Okay, right there. So I'll move it out just a little bit so you see it better. Okay. So if it comes back in here, I would enter. Okay, so I'm gonna enter if it comes in here. I know this is before 2 o'clock silver bullet, but a lot of times you just gotta take what you can get, and I trade the whole session. So the channel is gonna migrate towards PM, AM, and PM session, not just silver bullet videos. So let's go candle by candle here. All right, so yeah, we're gonna buy one there. Take our position. Like I said, aim for 25 or 37.5. That's what I'm aiming for. Move our stop to here. Let's move our TP target to here. Okay. And let's see what happens here. Okay. There's one. Now, if I wanted to enter a second time, maybe I was still in the trade and I was aiming for up here. You have a second entry, okay? But let's pull a fib from here to here and see how high we can go. If we're going to go here, let's just pull a fib from here to here. Why did I not take this one? Because I like this swing high. It's an actual 2-point swing, which is 2 on the left, 2 on the right. So I'll use this one. So this right here, 2.5 is right here. So if I enter down here, I have enough room for 37 points or 25 points to get 2.5. Definitely the 4, which is the high here, which is 4 standard deviations. So we definitely have room to go there to get in. So let's see, what do we have here? Well, we have a breaker block here. So low, high, lower, low, trades through, right? You have a fair value gap right here. You also have an inversion right here. So let's mark out this fair value gap here as well. Again, got a cluster of PD arrays right there again. So, and I like it. You have another fair value gap here with a inversion right here. So you've got another, even more reasons to go long here. All right, so if it goes into this cluster, I'll buy another one. This is where I'd like to enter a second trade right there. So we'll buy again. Let's put this position on. Again, aiming for 37.5. That's my target. So right there, and let's go up here. Oop, nope, sorry. Hit the wrong button there. Should be 750. It should be 750, right? Come on, right there. All right, so let's see what happens here. Not a huge fan of this consolidation, to be perfectly honest. Not a huge fan. You need to break one way or another. If it breaks lower, you got to close the trade. Immediately, if it breaks higher, like an actual break higher, not just a little not creating another swing. Like here's your silver bullet hour, and now that closes above, so that's good. Okay, so now I'd probably move my stop to break even, +2, so I'll go like right here, 20 bucks. That's 1 point, not +2, but +4. It's fine. So I've got 3 PD arrays, 1, 2, 3. Count the blue fair value gaps there. So it gives another fair value gap. I'll move my stop up higher. So that's another fair value gap right there. So let's move my stop up to here. Lock in 130. Wait, 1, 2, 3. My bad. I should already be up there. Where's right 3? Right there's 3 PD arrays. All right, so they're done there. All right, so where would be our silver bullet entry, right? Well, we're still targeting this. Obviously, we're still targeting this, and this is still, 30 points plus away right here, okay? So let's see what we get here. Let's see if we have structure on the left. We have a fair inversion block coming in right here. So let's mark this out here. If we close this right here, this could be an inversion. Otherwise, we're just going off structure and seeing our PD areas being respected. And obviously, they're being respected here, along here. So if it gives us an entry, we can't enter it any time. Got respected, filled in. Okay. Okay, well, I like that. Okay. So, got a fair value gap right here. And the inversion, we just closed above it. So if it comes back in there, I'll take a trade. Okay, so we're going to buy there. We'll put our long in here, and we're targeting 25. Like I said, I go for 25 or 37. 25 is underneath the 4 standard deviations, but above the buy side liquidity on lunch. So I'd like to see that right there, and I have a 12-point stop. So let's move this here. Let's move our stop here. Let's move our take profit here. Right there. Obviously, it's not the same. I'm using the lines of the position because I would have entered at the top there, not right where it actually entered us. So just see how this goes. We might get stuck out, taken out here. Okay, at that point, it's above it. I'm going to move my stop to break even plus a 1 tick. Just because it's a third trade and I've already had 2 good winners, I want to lock in. I don't want to lose money, so I want to lock in something. Oh, there you go. Now we're good. Okay, so that was your silver bullet entry. You actually have other fair value gaps being respected here. So here's another fair value gap. Here's another fair value gap here. Let's just see how they go. I usually will not take 3 trades in a session. We're already past 4 standard deviations, so I'm not really that interested in anything else right now. There's could have been an entry right there. But for 2 P rays, you want to take the lower one. There's also a third one right here. I didn't mark, so it's to be staying away from this area right here. Now, I'm gonna take the standard deviations off, and I'm just gonna show you something. And we're gonna see how this works. From the low to the high, there's optimal trade entry. Okay, so now let's see how we're at here. Right there's optimal trade entry right there. So that's where you would want to buy right here. Why? Because you're in optimal trade entries area. You're in the middle of PD array, and if you put a position on, let's just put one on right here. Oops, let's do this. Let's do it 25 points. Let's go 37.5 points. I'm going to take out the high. Let's just see how this would have played out. This is how you tape read. Look at that. Boom. Now you're in profit. Now you're break even. And so now you're break even. You don't care if it takes you out or not. It does take you out right there. Here's your trade. Didn't take it because my rule is I take 3 in a session. I won't trade more than 3, especially if they're 3 winners. I'm done. I'm out. So tape read would have worked out. You can overtrade. Yes, it works out. Great. So there's your 2 silver bullet trades. Let's go to 3 o'clock. There you go. Okay. Let's recap here. 1:30 we came to our chart, and we are right down by the low. We're expecting the sell side to be taken. However, we're also aware of price action and what it's telling us. And this is telling us that have market structure shift, that it wants to go higher. So we mark our PD arrays, and they're seeing them being respected. We enter, get the low hanging fruit. Aim for this swing low here, or swing high here, swing high here. Aim for something in there. This is 37.5 points right in the middle. 25 would have put you right in here, so you would have gotten that if it was going your direction anyway. So there's 37.5. We entered. Okay, so what if we still wanted to get in? Well, we have another cluster of PD arrays, fair value gaps, inversion, a breaker, all right here, and still have plenty of room to target our New York lunch high. Well, we pulled our fib from here to here and found out that, hey, 2.5 standard deviations where price can consolidate or reverse before it goes, or consolidate before it goes higher, or consolidate and reverse. 37.5 handles away. That's right where 2.5 standard deviations is. So we can take another trade. We take another trade. It works out perfectly good. We got 37.5 handle winners right there. Okay, so now we're in the silver bullet hour, and you're like, okay, well, all these PD arrays are being respected. Price is obviously going higher. We haven't hit this yet, and where we're at is close enough to a full 25 TP target. So we see that we have an inversion fair value gap. We have a regular fair value gap. Okay, well, that's 2 PD arrays overlapping. That's a unicorn. I'll take a trade. We enter here. We get some drawdown, right? We get some more drawdown than the other ones, right? The other ones just kind of wick in and we're gone. Get some drawdown. We still get our 27 points. Had you gone for 37.5, you'd still get your take profit. Oops. You still get your 37.5 points. Okay. Now we're like, hey, all these PD arrays, are they being respected? Well, this one gets violated. This one gets wicked into, touched into, but it doesn't close below. So as we're tracing, we pull optimal trade entry from our latest swing. We have some from here to here. Optimal trade entries in the middle of these 3 PD arrays. You can take an entry right here. That optimal trade entry. You got 3 PD arrays holding price or rejecting. Take your trade. Aim for the high, which is right at 37.5 handles. And you get that. And there are your 2 silver bullet trades and your 2 PM session trades for January 18th using the Kraken Silver Bullet Pro indicator.